In the early 1970s, the African nation of Uganda was thrust into global headlines, not for its breathtaking landscapes or its diverse wildlife, but for the controversial and brutal regime of one man, Idi Amin. Known for his tyrannical rule, Amin's tenure as president of Uganda was marked by a reign of terror, fueled by fear, suspicion, and a lust for power. Today, we delve into the life and legacy of one of Africa's most infamous dictators, Idi Amin, the ruthless ruler of Uganda. Idi Amin was born around 1925 in Koboko, a small town in the northwest region of Uganda. Details about his early life remain sketchy, but it is known that Amin joined the British colonial army in 1946. Rising through the ranks, he became a sergeant major, and by 1966 was appointed the commander of the Ugandan Army. His ascent to power was largely due to his strongman image, a persona he cultivated diligently within the military. By 1971, political tensions were boiling over in Uganda. President Milton Obote, under whom Amin served, was out of the country when Amin seized control in a military coup. Thus began an 8-year dictatorship. Internationally, Amin was initially welcomed by many, who saw him as a counterbalance to Obote's socialist policies. However, that perception quickly changed. Amin declared himself president, launching a regime that would be characterized by oppression, human rights abuses, and economic ruin. One of Amin's most infamous acts was the expulsion of Uganda's Asian community in 1972. Over 60,000 Asians, predominantly of Indian descent, were given 90 days to leave the country. Businesses and properties were seized, resulting in a devastating blow to Uganda's economy. The expulsion reflected Amin's erratic decision-making and deep-rooted xenophobia, as he claimed he was acting on divine instructions to make Uganda solely an African nation. The internal landscape of Uganda during Amin's rule was equally grim. His regime was marked by widespread atrocities, with estimates suggesting that between 100,000 and 500,000 people were killed under his orders. Dissenters, perceived enemies, and even members of his own government fell victim to his paranoia and brutality. Public executions, disappearances, and torture became chillingly routine, as Amin's government plunged the nation into a state of fear. Internationally, Amin's foreign policy was volatile and unpredictable. Relations with Western countries deteriorated rapidly as he cozied up to leaders like Libya's Muammar Gaddafi and the Soviet Union. He even welcomed the notorious hijackers of an Air France flight to Uganda, leading to the dramatic hostage rescue operation by Israeli commandos at Entebbe in 1976. Despite his tyrannical regime, Amin portrayed himself as a larger-than-life figure. He took on grandiose titles such as Conqueror of the British Empire and reportedly claimed to be the last King of Scotland. His often bizarre and eccentric behavior further cemented his image as an unpredictable and dangerous leader. However, Idi Amin's reign was not to last. By 1979, his power began to crumble. The Uganda-Tanzania War, sparked by Amin's ill-fated invasion of Tanzanian territory, exposed his weakened military might. In April of that year, Tanzanian forces, alongside Ugandan exiles, captured Kampala, the capital. Amin fled to Libya and later settled in Saudi Arabia, where he lived in exile until his death in 2003. In reflecting on Amin's legacy, the impact of his rule on Uganda is undeniable. His 8-year dictatorship left a scarred nation, having squandered its resources and decimated its social fabric. The path to recovery was long and arduous, but Uganda eventually emerged from the shadows of his brutal regime. Idi Amin's story serves as a somber reminder of the destructive potential of unchecked power and the importance of safeguarding human rights and dignity. As Uganda continues to heal and forge its identity, the lessons from this dark chapter of its history remain ever relevant. Thank you for joining us, as we explore the life of Idi Amin, a figure whose name is etched in history as a symbol of tyranny and devastation. If you found this insight into one of Africa's most notorious rulers thought-provoking, be sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more fascinating stories from the pages of history.